Hey everyone, it is Dave. Welcome in. It's time to talk about module number 8. In a 16-week class, module 8 puts us exactly halfway through the class. So this is the week of the midterm. I'm going to tell you about the midterm once we jump over to the Canvas site, but I did want to mention that that is all we are doing this week. So you have the majority of the week to study for it, and it just does need to be completed by the 19th, which is Sunday. As far as journals go, there are no new journals this week. Keep in mind, it is a great week to catch up on past journals. And I do have an optional lecture on test-taking techniques. I taught a college success class for a number of years, and we did a segment on test-taking. So it's really kind of informative and fun. It gives you kind of the breakdown of how to go about approaching an exam. And with that, I think we'll just jump over to the Canvas site. I'll walk you through the module. All right, here we are on the Canvas site. Let's open up module number 8. At the very top of the module, we've got our usual suspects, the video you're watching right here. My office hours every Monday and Wednesday from 4:30 to 7 p.m. And for the action plan this week, we'll just take a quick look at it. This tells you the breakdown of the midterm exam, 40 multiple choice questions, 2 points each on those. And then there's 2 short answer or response essay questions. Those are worth a lot more. Those are worth 10 points each. So I'm going to show you on the exam how to get to there earlier so you have more time to work on those. Keep in mind the exam is timed. It is timed at 1 hour, so you have 60 minutes in which to answer all the questions. The total amount of points is 100, and so that is 20% of your overall grade. Keep in mind, if you do really great or if you do really poorly, you always want to keep going on with the class. All those projects that we do throughout the semester, those will really add up. So there is still plenty of points for you to get in order to pass the class. So we just have the midterm this week. Once again, it's a great week to catch up on past journals. This is the test-taking techniques lecture that I was just referencing. If we were in an in-person class, I would talk about it for about 20-30 minutes, and we would get together in small groups and go over this worksheet. Again, this material is completely optional. Journals, again, no new ones this week. Take some time to catch up. And then this is the famous or infamous midterm exam. So as far as the exam goes, once again, you have 60 minutes to complete it, 40 multiple choice, 2 essay prompts. And I'll show you the first question. All right, how would you classify the artwork of Vincent van Gogh? Just like on the sample exam questions, you just click what you think is the correct answer, click the next button, and when you're done with the exam, submit the quiz. You'll notice that you have the timer up here, marking down from 60 minutes already, down to 0. It will start to flash at about the 5-minute mark. As far as the essay questions go, those are questions 41 and 42. What I would suggest doing, first thing, is jumping to those because they're worth so many points. Even if you don't answer them immediately, you always want to make sure you're kind of thinking about it as you're answering the rest of the test questions. So I always read through the essay questions first. Then for myself, I go back and answer all the true, false, multiple choice. And then I have plenty of ideas in my head for the essay responses. And that is what you have to do this week. I never suggest waiting until Sunday to take the exam. Try to take it earlier just because you never know what happens with life and internet connections and things like that. The exam does have a due date of 3 p.m. on Sunday, although it is open until 11:59 p.m. But remember, the reason I set it at a 3 p.m. due date is that Canvas runs notoriously slow on Sunday afternoons and evenings, and that is the #1 time Canvas glitches. So take the exam well before that, and you'll be good. And I will be back next week to tell you about Module 9. Anything from this point forward with Module 9, that's going to be what appears on the final exam. So none of the material from modules 1 through 7 will appear again. All right, everyone, good luck on the exam. I will see you shortly.